gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
A 14-year-old is dead after a shooting in Northeast Charlotte. It happened yesterday on Ann Elizabeth Drive off North Tryon Street. Police responded to the scene and found the teen in the woods with multiple gunshot wounds. He died at the scene. Queen City News is working to learn.
Wow. So you have a young man, 14 years old, who was shot and killed, multiple gunshot wounds, and another individual had to come find them. And I'm hearing that it was a child, right? It's absolutely insane. The things that are happening in Charlotte, a lot of them are unspeakable. And the things that are happening in many of these democratic cities, you know, it just goes on, and it's leaking out into other areas now. So we got a big problem on our hands when you got 14-year-old young men losing their lives. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Learn if police have a lead on any suspects. This homicide investigation comes as White House grassroots leaders are meeting with officials in Charlotte today to discuss gun violence in the Queen City.
New tonight, a 16-year-old is in jail, charged in the homicide of 14-year-old Jonathan Miller. A group of kids playing outside found Miller's body yesterday in Northeast Charlotte. Police say he was shot multiple times. The 16-year-old is now at the Stonewall Jackson Detention Center in Cabarrus County.
So you got a 16-year-old who deleted a 14-year-old. You got kids catching bodies. I mean, this is ridiculous. And we wonder why we're not getting ahead as a whole. This type of stuff has to be eliminated for the community to grow, to strive, to prosper, to even maintain. But you can't have, I mean, it's not like it goes without saying, but I mean, you can't have this occurring and then on the other end we're complaining about things that are not directly affecting us on a daily basis. It's ridiculous, man.
New tonight, a 16-year-old is in jail, charged in the homicide of 14-year-old Jonathan Miller. A group of kids playing outside found Miller's body yesterday in Northeast Charlotte. Police say he was shot multiple times. The 16-year-old is now at the Stonewall Jackson Detention Center in Cabarrus County.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Six, another family mourning tonight after the son was shot and killed this week in Northeast Charlotte. Tonight, we're digging deeper after that 14-year-old boy was found dead in a neighborhood wooded area.
In Charlotte, Mecklenburg police were called out around 4:45 Wednesday afternoon to Ann Elizabeth Drive. They have not yet released the name of that child. But today, WBTV's Claire Kopsky spoke to neighbors who knew him. Claire, what's the sentiment in that Charlotte neighborhood today?
Well, John, Siobhan, neighbors tell me that they're scared to go outside, scared to send their kids outside. And neighbors who have lived in this area for 15 years or more say that while there's been violence in this neighborhood, they have never seen anything quite like they saw this week.
I mean, these super gremlins got this neighborhood shook. It's not the same neighborhood. Woo! And the culture, the vibe of the neighborhood can change just like that if you are allowing the wrong people to continue to get away with things. And the no snitch rule pretty much contributes to that happening. So you've got people who are keeping their mouths shut when violent acts are going on. Like they said before, yeah, there's been violence, but nothing like this, right? Well, it's an escalating thing, so you have to nip it in the bud early, otherwise it's gonna come back and bite you in the behind.
But they have noticed an uptick with kids in the last year. However, they've never seen the death of a child like they did 2 days ago.
And here's the thing, it's tough to even call them kids anymore. These are super teen gremlins on demon time.
Tuesday night, gunfire erupted on Ann Elizabeth Drive.
It was like 9:40 something when I came outside, and because I have cameras and they're motion sensor, so I usually get out the way so they're not ringing the whole time. And like 2 minutes later, I hear 6 or 8 gunshots.
He, like many other neighbors, told me they didn't think much of it because they frequently hear gunshots on this street.
During the weekend, usually like around Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from 10 to 12, even 4, 5 in the morning.
Dang, they got this community shook, boy. They ain't holding back. 4 or 5 in the morning. See, these dudes, they can wake up and get in a shootout, but they can't wake up and go to class. They can wake up and get in a shootout, but they can't wake up and get a job. Apply for a job. Do something productive. See, this is what's holding the community back. Not my videos or my thumbnails. This is exactly what's holding the community back. And there's no excuse for it. Not at all.
Where they get crazy and just bullets go across the air.
Behind this woman's home, there is a walking trail that neighbors use regularly as a shortcut to the grocery store. It's also where kids play.
Since there's like bike trails in the back, the kids usually go back there on their bikes.
But this week, it wasn't until Wednesday afternoon when some elementary-aged kids went to play in the woods that neighbors learned someone was dead.
They were shaking. They were struggled with what they saw because of the too much blood.
She went back in the woods to see it for herself and says she recognized the 14-year-old boy as someone who played with the other kids in the neighborhood. She says she called 911 and police came out and pronounced the boy dead from numerous gunshot wounds.
Damn.
That victim was pronounced deceased immediately, where homicide responded to the scene to do a full investigation.
Several neighbors say they're scared to even go outside.
We used to be here all around where we could play around, we could be till late outside the house and everything, but nowadays after 10, 9, you should just come up home.
Months ago, neighbors say they reached out to police asking them to patrol this neighborhood, as they say the violence has been increasing, mostly with kids.
For them to try and make a roll, or at least to try for them to come every night, just a circle, and then that's all. Maybe that could be something that could be prevented if they see a cop coming around.
But I don't know. These are the same communities that asked to defund the police, so now they're switching up. It's very confusing. Whether it's the comunità, the communitino, you can't say, oh, defund the police, and then when people start dying, you say, oh, well, y'all can just drive around and maybe it'll stop all the killings. That's not going to work either, because now they've gotten emboldened. And now they know that when they go into the criminal justice system, they're not going to be held accountable, because there are woke, wacko, dangerous, Soros-appointed, funded, whatever you want to call it, DAs and judges. And it's ruining the whole system. So You got these people who are doing these crimes and they're never going to be held accountable. Or if they are, the sentencing is light, like we just spoke about yesterday on the live stream about the young lady, Raylan Cameron, who was murdered by Javon Duncan. And he murdered her. And he was in New York, they were only able to charge him with second-degree manslaughter and second-degree criminal possession. And he got 15 years concurrent, both of those sentences concurrent. So, I mean, he'll be out in 10, 9, maybe, on good behavior. And that's just how it's going. There's no real sense of justice. There's no real sense of, closure for victims and their families.
We reached out to CMPD today to see if they have added this neighborhood to their patrol list. As of this evening, we have still not heard back. But we also know that CMPD are still looking for the suspect in this shooting. If you know any details, you are asked to call police. We're live in Charlotte. I'm Claire Kopsky, WBTV, on your side.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.